There have been multiple players that have struggled to stay healthy for a full season, and the turf conditions have came up into conversation regarding them. With guys like Garrett Wilson and Christian McCaffrey going down in Week 6, Ben, does the NFL have a problem they need to address with playing on turf?
I mean, this is a conversation they should be having year after year. I think it's even come to more of a head this season because of the amount of injuries within the first 6 weeks that have happened. Non-contact leg injuries. We saw a lot of hamstring. We saw Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill with the hamstring. We saw Trayvon Diggs in practice on turf. We've seen a ton of ACL injuries and hamstring injuries arise early in this season, and that has to be attributed to the turf. And I think stadiums are planning on changing to natural grass for the FIFA World Cup just a few years away. So why they aren't also considering it for their own teams is really confusing to me.
Yeah, I completely agree. And Ben, I want to go back to the Super Bowl when they had that artificial turf that was supposed to help the players, and that did anything but. Both the Eagles and Chiefs were slipping, and it wasn't really helping out. And a lot of players have wanted to have grass, and I think the NFL really needs to make a change. Staying on the gridiron, we saw the New York Jets defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 20-14 in a big defensive battle. With multiple players out on the secondary on both teams, the Jets defense forced 3 interceptions to clinch their first franchise win against the Eagles. Ben, with the Jets making Pat Mahomes and now Jalen Hurts look bad, are the Jets for real this season?
I mean, I was talking about it earlier with Brian. I really do think that the Jets are on the upswing. They're on the upswing right now. And we see Robert Saleh, the head coach of the Jets, he has a ton of confidence in this team, in this defense. And now while he's saying they played gauntlet quarterbacks and that they haven't gotten all wins, but we've embarrassed all of them, it's not 100% true. I like the confidence that he has, especially in his team, in this young team that is on the upswing, that needs that confidence boost. I think that's good of him to say, but if we're looking at it from a logic standpoint, from a past game standpoint, that's not entirely true, because we've seen them lose to the likes of Mac Jones, who now cannot get anything going on offense against other teams as well. So we're not 100% sure what's going on there in New England, but right now the Jets, they're looking really good, and I think that they could squeak into the playoffs.
Yeah, my thing is, Ben, quickly, the Jets' defense is for real. The offense, really not yet. We got to see what Zach Wilson can do against more competition. Exciting developments are happening as the 2028 Olympics will welcome 6 new sports to the worldwide competition. Sports such as baseball and softball will make their return, but flag football will make its debut in Los Angeles. Ben, will these additions create more hype for this big event?
You know, I think it will. I mean, we see the lineup of sports: baseball, softball, cricket, lacrosse, flag football, squash. So cricket being added, that's, of course, going to add a lot of hype, because cricket is a huge, huge sport around the world. It's not really tapped into here in the States, but around the world, cricket is huge. So that's already going to create a lot of hype just on a world level. But for baseball and flag football specifically, I think it would only create hype if MLB or NFL players or former NFL players were able to go in and play in these games. Unfortunately, the Olympics happen during the MLB season, and active NFL players probably won't want to play to risk a non-contact injury. So while it could create hype, and it probably is right now, it's still 5 years away. So there's not 100% certainty whether or not these will create the exact hype that they're hoping for.
Yeah, and I feel like if you have those players that are coming in, like old players coming, I think that'll make a lot of excitement. And also, the person who watches that specific sport is going to love these new sports coming in.
We're going to take a quick break here on Stick to Sports. Thanks once again to Alex for the fast break. And when we come back, Brian, Alex, and I will head into extra innings. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Stick to Sports on WTOP 10.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like.
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a closer for that one.
Broadcast
Look at
news.
that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. Now let's get ready for everyone's favorite tradition at WTOP 10, extra innings. All right, we'll start off with the Ohio State Buckeyes versus Penn State. I'll have you go first, Brian.
Give me the Buckeyes. -4.5. Penn State's good. They're having a really good season, but Ohio State is, I think, just better. -4.5, that's less than a touchdown, so I think Ohio State easily covers.
No, I think Ohio State is really good, but I don't know how much I trust McCord at QB to face a really, really good team in Penn State. I think that the Nittany Lions will actually put up a really good fight, and I think they will actually win this one in a very close battle.
All right. Well, I am going to take the Ohio State Buckeyes just because they are favored, and I believe that they will win against Penn State. I'm picking with you, Brian. All right, so let's go over to the Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Tennessee Volunteers. I'll have you go, Ben.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you start this time.
All right, I'll start. I'm going to go with Alabama. Now, I have not loved what I've seen from the Crimson Tide so far this season, but in this matchup, I still feel like Alabama has the edge just based off of Nick Saban's coaching just expertise. I feel like he'll always just outcoach the other coach. So I'm going to take Alabama in this one.
Give me Tennessee. Alabama's good, but I don't trust Jalen Milroe. He seems to falter in those big games. Tennessee's offense is just so good, and I don't know if they'll win, but 8.5 I think is just too big for me.
I was buying into the Tennessee hype last year, and it didn't really go as planned. So I'm going to pick Alabama. I'm picking Alabama for this matchup. All right, let's move over to some NFL. An exciting matchup for many fans. The Baltimore Ravens versus the Detroit Lions. Ravens are favored, and I'll start with you, Brian.
I know the Ravens are home, but give me the Lions at Ravens -3. I don't even think the Ravens are going to win this game. Never mind get a field goal win. The Lions are playing so well this year. I think Jared Goff is going to rip that defense apart.
I'm going to have to agree there. I mean, the Lions, I was saying it before when we were talking about how they played this past week. I really, really like the Lions, and I think they're going to take this one as well.
Yeah, I feel like the Lions are very young right now, and everybody is really rooting for them. And I feel like this is going to be a good matchup, but I feel like the Lions will be able to take it. So we're all taking the Lions on this one. Let's go over to Sunday Night Football for next week. The Miami Dolphins, the red-hot Miami Dolphins, will face off against the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. Ben, I'll have you start off.
I know who you're picking in this one, Alex, so I don't think we need to go to you on this one. But I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think their offense is so hot, and I think that even though the Eagles' defense is solid, I don't think they have enough weapons to stop the likes of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, Ben, I'm riding with you on this one. I don't think the Eagles are winning this one at all. Dolphins' offense seems practically unstoppable at this point. I don't think the Eagles' defense is going to play that well.
Disgusting. This is a bounce-back game for Philadelphia. They are going to win. Miami's not coming into Philadelphia and beating us. This is a bounce-back game. All right, that's off my chest. Eagles are going to win this game. But we'll go over to our last matchup. It's going to be the Buffalo Sabres versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'll have you start off, Brian.
Give me the Sabres. I think they're playing at home. Lightning haven't had the hardest start. I think this is the Sabres' first win of the season. Easy bounce back game for them.
No, I'm going to go opposite you there, Brian. I'm going to go with the Lightning. The Lightning still have that core. They're aging, but they're still really good.
And I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning on this one. So
We'll see. I mean, we're tied for last right now, so we'll have to see. Brian's
I took a one-game lead on you guys, so.
We'll have to see next week.
That's all the time we have on this episode of Stick to Sports. Be sure to tune in next Monday at 10:30 right here on WTOP 10.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Scott Brubaker.
And I'm Cameron Brown. Rise and Shine Oswego starts right now.
This time, we are hearing from Student Association officials after being elected.
Another first, SUNY Oswego hosts a networking event for women in different industries to share knowledge. Hear what the students took away from the summit.
And today is the Walkout and Free Palestine protest. What will be taking place on SUNY Oswego's campus today? And learn who is organizing it. And good morning. Once again, thank you for joining us. I'm Scott Brubaker with Cameron Brown. Let's get right into our top story. The shutdown for Palestine protests will take place today at 4:30 in the Hewitt Quad. The protest is organized by SJP Oswego, which stands for Students for Justice in Palestine. Prior to the protest in the Quad, a student walkout will take place from Mahar, Rich, Lanigan, Shinneman, Wilbur, Tyler, and Park at 4 p.m. There will also be a Starbucks walkout from Lake Effect Cafe at the same time.
According to their Instagram, they're a, quote, anti-colonial collective supporting Palestine, liberation, resistance, and freedom. The president of the organization tabled outside Penfield Library earlier this week with signs and flags promoting their protest. Last night, SUNY Oswego faculty members hosted a panel to help students to better understand the Israel-Palestine conflict. Panelists included faculty from the Communication Studies, Political Science, and History departments. Elizabeth Schmidt from the Economics department moderated. The panel focused on free speech, how journalists cover complex issues, history, and contemporary challenges of the conflict. The discussion was designed to help students facing confusion over the conflict and its complexities better to navigate it.
In the first of its kind event at the school, SUNY Oswego Career Services hosted a Woman Empowerment Summit. Yesterday, students and faculty gathered in the campus center to hear presentations about workplace confidence, culture, and navigating paths to success. After the initial panels, attendees were invited to meet and greet to connect with successful women across several different industries. WTOP 10 was able to connect with some students after the event.
To also be surrounded by so many women on campus, just so many women who are professionals. So it was a great experience and a very empowering one that I'll remember forever.
And event organizer Megan Mazzacone also told WTOP that although this is the first event of its kind, she hopes that it will become more frequent event for students and faculty alike.
SUNY Oswego student filmmaker Wells Liscombe is presenting his documentary tonight in Murano Campus Center. Sterling Nature, A Living History is a film about the founding and significance of the Nature Center and his desire to showcase its wildlife and history to students who might be unaware. Liscombe hopes his film will inspire his fellow students to go outside more often and explore the conservation area of Sterling Nature Center. The documentary will be shown tonight at 5:30 p.m. in the Murano Campus Center auditorium.
Last week, the Student Association Senate confirmed Tega Ajo as the next vice president of SA. This will be her second term as vice president. In her position, Tega runs the SA Senate meetings as well as helps to advocate for students of Oswego. She says that she is thankful for all of the people who have supported her in her re-election journey.
You know, as well as the senators, and they were so supportive for my re-election. I just felt like it gave me another chance to serve the students of Oswego, because that's my main goal while I've been in this position, is to make sure every student who comes through SUNY Oswego definitely sees a change and enjoys their college experience.
According to SA Senate minutes, Ajo won re-election with 66% of the vote. She ran against WTOP member and current SA Senator Kanaya Mabry. Ajo will be re-sworn in at the end of the semester.
Educators in the Oswego City School District are teaming with SUNY Oswego to teach students about the science behind the upcoming solar eclipse. Oswego Middle School Science Department has developed an infographic showing general details of the once-in-a-lifetime event. The middle school's website also has information on how to safely view April 8th's eclipse and a list of the local activities happening in the area at the same time. More information can be found at oswego.org.
All right, so I was walking out this morning expecting it to be really cold. There was a nice breeze, though.
Oh,
it was really
absolutely.
nice.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So with that, let's hear from our Storm Team 10 Assistant Chief Meteorologist David Rienzo for a quick weather update.
Yeah, today has been pretty nice. There's a little bit of a slight breeze, and we are in for some warmer temperatures throughout the day. However, this cold front will move through later today, which is going to bring some chillier temperatures for the rest of the week. But we are in for some pleasant weather, especially for this happy Easter weekend. With this slight asterisk, I should note, I'll have more in my full forecast, but first, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. Coming up, we're sitting down with Dr. Irene Scruton to talk about the Rich and Poor Cafe's first year.
And stay tuned for national and international news coming up.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
Yeah, welcome back to Rise and Shine Oswego. Rich and Poor Cafe is the student-run cafe in Rich Hall.
They had their grand opening last spring, and now it's a year later. Let's see how they're doing.
So here today to talk to us about it is Director of MBA Programs and Assistant Dean for Rich Hall, who is the professor for the class that students take to operate Rich and Poor.
Please welcome Dr. Irene Scruton. How's it going?
It's going terrific. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to see you. So talk to us about the impact that Rich and Poor has made on campus in its first year.
Rich and Poor has had a tremendous impact on the campus, on the SUNY system, on the students. It's just been really amazing. It started out as a pilot project to see if the students could run and lead an actual business operation here on campus. And so we got it open after it was shut down dramatically. We are on our third cohort this semester, and they have the best performance of all the three cohorts. Each cohort builds on the success of the prior class. So the first class opened the cafe, the second class fine-tuned operations, and the third class, which we're in right now, is improving the financial performance of the class. So they're doing amazing. We're really looking forward to the next class coming in the fall.
And could you let us know, how do you think Rich and Poor has had an influence on the students that work there?
Well, I'm sure you've been talking with some of the students here on campus. We feel the influence on them has been tremendous in a lot of different ways. It's allowed them to take what they learn in the classroom and in the textbook and apply it live to a running business. And so they're able to flex their decision-making skills, their problem-solving skills, their creativity, their leadership skills. That's a huge factor in this class. So when they leave this experience in entrepreneurial leadership and they're out there looking for their first career position, they are ready to hit the ground running and fully prepared. We're so proud of them.
So I've been to Rich Report Cafe several times now. You guys did
Excellent.
a drink after WTOP. So I personally want to see it continue. So where do you see the business going in 5 to 10 years from now?
Well, of course, we look forward to it being a successful, profitable, sustainable business in the future. We want it to be a go-to cafe here on campus, especially on the east side of campus, which has a sort of a desert of services. We look forward to it being a home base for many clubs and co-curricular activities and events, and being able to, now we've added catering services so they can support small to medium services or events. So in 10 years, we look forward to it being a premier cafe here on campus and within the SUNY system, and as a model of what our students can achieve. You know, the hard work, the roll up your sleeves, the creativity, again, the professionalism and the leadership skills to keep developing those for our students. Give them an opportunity that they don't really have anywhere else.
Now real quick, because we have like 10 seconds left.
10 seconds.
If you had a favorite thing on the menu item, what would it be?
Oh, favorite, well, it's always the collaborations that we have, excuse me, with our sororities and other groups here on campus. So each semester we're doing a collaboration on a certain drink, and then that's always my favorite. But right now we're doing an Oreo cookie crumble, which was designed by someone, so I encourage everybody to go try it, a rum chata. I mean, just really amazing, delicious drinks, blueberry lemonade. So I have many favorites.
Well, Dr. Scruton, thank you so much for joining us today, and best of luck to the cafe moving forward as well.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your support.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Now,
all right, still to come, the latest on the collapse of the Key Bridge in Baltimore, how the video was captured, and what New York officials are saying about their bridges.
And hear David's updates on the weather for today and the rest of the week.
La, 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 la. Free. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Freeze.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Oswego. I'm meteorologist David Rienzo. Now, as you're heading out to class, it's a little bit warm out there, 49 degrees, as well as a light wind, which is making it feel like 45. Now, today it's going to feel a little bit chilly thanks to a cold front that's moving through. This 7 to 10 day outlook shows that for the rest of the week, basically, we're seeing some cooler temperatures than we have for the rest of this past week, which has felt pretty warm. Now, as you're heading off to class, you're noticing that 49-degree temperature. This is going to rise just for a little bit before this cold front passes, which you'll notice around 1. Clouds will build as the day continues, and there's even a slight chance at some drizzle late in the afternoon. It's only about 50% chance of that, but just be careful throughout the rest of the day. Tomorrow, you'll notice that the day is going to start pretty cloudy, but as the day continues, clouds will clear, and you'll be left with a mostly sunny sky. Now, it is going to feel chillier, as I said, 43 degrees as a high for Thursday. And then overnight, even though it's some clear skies, it's going to be pretty chilly even more at 33. So, along with that drizzle, be careful for some ice on the ground. But there is no chance of precipitation tomorrow, but anything left over. Now, it is Easter weekend coming up. You are in for some very sunny weather, fortunately. Friday, 42 degrees, some 44 on Saturday and 45 on Sunday. So it's going to feel very, kind of warm. I'd say that's warm. However, I should note that on Friday, you're going to see some gusty winds up to about 26-mile-per-hour gusts. Saturday into Sunday night, there's also a chance of some night showers. So absolutely do not leave your eggs overnight in case you do that. I don't know many people that do that. But Sunday for Easter, the ground may be a little bit wet, but if you're going Easter egg hunting, it should be fine by around 8 a.m. Skies should clear. Monday and Tuesday, I will also make note of rain showers are likely Monday night, specifically into the rest of Tuesday. However, model variance isn't in total agreement, so make sure that you tune back into WTOP 10 for all your weather needs. That is my full weather report. Now back to Scott and Cameron.
Thank you, David, excuse me. As a college student, you're probably struggling with sleep. I mean, so am I. And exercise may help. A new study shows that physically active people have a lower risk of insomnia. More than 4,300 adults were surveyed over a 10-year period about their physical activity and sleep habits. The study showed those who became active during the study were 21% more likely to sleep normally. These results are in line with previous studies.
By now, you've probably seen the video showing the moment Baltimore Francis Scott Key's bridge collapsed Tuesday after a cargo ship hit a pillar. 6 people who were believed to be a part of a road construction crew are presumed to be dead.
The U.S. Coast Guard ended its active rescue mission Tuesday evening. Jamie Costello spoke to the man who set up the camera that filmed the collapse.
I can hardly talk about it right now.
7 years ago, Mike started Baltimore and Chesapeake Bay Ship Watchers. He has one camera focused on the Key Bridge, streaming live 24/7. And this is the video going around the world.
There are actually what are called dolphins, the giant cement pillars that are supposed to protect the ship. We're supposed to protect this bridge from ships. There's 4 of them out there. They're huge. They're as big as cars. Obviously, it didn't work today. Unbelievable.
It's one thing to see it on video and on your social media pages, but to see it in person, you want to look and then turn away.
Just can't believe it. You know, it's been there. You thought it would always be there.
It's like going down the Alameda and not seeing the lights from Memorial Stadium, or the checkerboard tower missing at East Point. The Key Bridge is gone.
It's just, it's not my hometown. It's not what, that bridge is iconic to Baltimore.
Senior White House advisor Tom Perez says it's too early to tell how long it'll take to rebuild the bridge.
And the collapse has indefinitely halted the flow of ships in and out of Baltimore and could hurt the local economy as well as put a strain on the supply chain.
Following the deadly bridge collapse in Maryland, New York officials are trying to ease fears about bridge safety in its area. New York City's deputy mayor said the city's bridge infrastructure is highly monitored and includes sophisticated communications. In a statement, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority said New York City's bridges feature a wide range of safety technology, including ship collision protections. Engineers add that many newer bridges are built to withstand collisions in a way that older bridges are not.
And following months of unrest, Senegal has elected Diomaye Faye as president. He was released from prison less than 2 weeks ago. His imprisonment, along with fears that the current president would seek an illegal third term, were the reasons for the protests. This threatened Senegal's reputation as one of the most stable democracies in West Africa and caused dozens of deaths and thousands of imprisonments. Faye, set to be the youngest president of the nation, has pledged to combat corruption and reform the economy. And coming up in entertainment, we have Kanaya Mabry in the studio.
Here in the studio is Mabry.
Yeah, guys, I don't have plenty to talk about, but do you know who won the Mark Twain Award? I'll give you a hint. He is one of the highest paid comedians in the world. Find out after the break, but first, back to you.
All right, and before we go, let's see what they have in the dining halls today.
Lakeside. Oh, sorry.
We're clearly hungry. We need food to keep going this morning. Lakeside's lunch is chicken speedies and pulled pork sandwiches. And for dinner, broccoli stuffed chicken with mashed potatoes.
At Cooper, you know late night wing is Wednesday. And Pathfinder has shrimp stir fry and grilled cheese for lunch and calamari and turkey breast for dinner.
About a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
La 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 la. Breathe. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
In China, Oswego. I'm Kanaya Mabry with your entertainment report. The SUNY Oswego organization, Bold Black Beauties, has just announced their Black Girl Magic Brunch, which is set to happen on April 7th in Marano Campus Center Room 114. This event serves as a networking event for women of color to connect with alumni, ask questions, and share experiences. Tickets are currently available at the box office for $8. One thing I know about the Black Girl Magic Brunch is that they also do offer a scholarship for any member that has attended more than 2 meetings. In other news, the Bachelorette franchise has named its latest star. Jin Tran will be the show's next lead for its upcoming season. She's the first Asian American to take on the role. The 26-year-old is fluent in Vietnamese, English, and recently appeared on Joey Gravitz's season of The Bachelor. I don't know much about The Bachelorette, but I'm looking forward to this next season. Also, comedian Kevin Hart won the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor on Sunday night. He accepted the award at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., thanking his peers for their support. The Mark Twain Prize for American Humor is considered the highest honor in comedy. He said upon receiving the award, "It means so much to see the people I will show up for me in ways over. It's value and it's for me right now. I want you to understand and feel that and understand that. So all jokes aside, thank you for showing up on this night." Past award winners include Richard Pryor, Rob Newhart, Whoopi Goldberg, and Eddie Murphy. The Voice is welcoming another country music icon. The legendary Keith Urban is set to join the show's 25th season as the show's latest mega mentor. The Grammy winner will guide the remaining hopefuls on their teams: John Legend, Chance the Rapper, Rebecca McEntire, and Dan Pleshay as they prepare for the knockout rounds. This isn't Urban's first time appearing on The Voice, as he previously served as a mentor during seasons 15 and 2018. Horror fans don't have to wait for Halloween to see scary movies on the big screen. David Dillon has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
We're gonna make it through tonight, and everything is gonna be okay.
Nothing is ever going to be okay again.
The October scary season is just too far away, so Blumhouse is holding a halfway to Halloween film fest. For 5 days beginning Friday, 2013's The Purge, 2010's Insidious, 2020's The Invisible Man, and other horror films will screen in more than 40 U.S. cities. Search Halfway to Halloween at amctheaters.com for details.
I'd very much like to be equal to you.
Timothée Chalamet has few equals lately when it comes to making money for Warner Brothers, and the studio wants that to continue. The star of Dune Part 2 and Wonka has signed a first-look deal to collaborate with Warner Brothers on future projects as an actor and a producer.
I should go, or my dad comes looking for me. I'll see you at school, Art.
Wait, are you on Facebook?
What?
He's asking for your number. And so am I.
The first clip from Challengers features the beginnings of a romantic triangle. Zendaya, Mike Feist, and Josh O'Connor star in the drama from director Luca Guadagnino, which hits theaters April 26th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And that's all for entertainment news. Now, Scott, you're from Mark Twain country. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I grew up just about 45 minutes from Elmira, New York, which is where Mark Twain is from. So I thought it was really interesting when you chose that story this morning to think of a comedian who I know and I think is hilarious getting an award named after somebody from where I'm from, small town in upstate New York. Like, I just think it's so cool. Had to share with that.
Oh, that's so lovely.
All right, so So Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear announced the state lottery has donated $5 billion to education over the years.
This is the lottery's 35th birthday.
Governor Beshear says this will positively impact state's education system and the lives of its students.
Beshear even proclaimed March 26 as Kentucky Lottery Day.
Well, I can't wait for New York Lottery Day, and hopefully, we get a little piece of it. And just a reminder that if you missed our show or any shows on WTOP 10, you can catch them all on our YouTube page.
That's right. From news to sports to original production, you can find them all on WTOP 10 YouTube.
And that is our report for this morning. We'll see you right back here tonight for WTOP 10 Nightly News.
From all of us here at Rise and Shine Oswego, thank you for watching and have a great day.
It's like,
no.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one. Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
la 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 la, trees.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Welcome back to Major Discussions. I'm your host, Vega Khaturetsky. I'm here with my co-host, Melinda Brancato.
And today is the season 4 finale of Major Discussions. We're so excited!
So far, for every season finale, we've had another one of our original production pals come onto the show. First, it was Madcaps with Chris and Jeff. Then we had Brian from Laker Connections and Jacob from Sports Talk on the show to get an inside look of the feud between the shows. And most recently, we had Chloe and Anna from the Kinda Late Show.
Today, you'll notice that it's just us. And there's a reason for that. Faye, if you will please make your announcement.
Well, that was very quick for me to just have to make this announcement. But anyway,